I just haven't had the chance to ever like tell him,
What's your secret?
that I'm transgender.
How is everyone just clapping along like this is sweet and not incredibly sus? We're going to go through a viral video from The Cut, and I'll give you my honest reaction to the story of a transgender woman who didn't tell her romantic interest she was trans until they were live on camera in this special episode of the Brad vs. Everyone podcast, my daily show where I take on the craziest ideas from across the internet, our media, and our politics, all from an independent perspective. I just wanted to record something for you guys in case you have some free time in the car or time to kill on Christmas Day. Pre-record something in the can for you. So I'll be off today and tomorrow, of course. We're doing Christmas things and visiting family, but I knew you guys would miss me, so I wanted to pre-tape something for you. So let's just have a lighthearted one and watch a kind of crazy viral video from The Cut. The premise is pretty simple. They brought this couple who are friends but leaning into something romantic together to reveal secrets and get to know each other on camera before they kind of move things along. But the woman hasn't told him that she is transgender, and it gets kind of awkward. Let's take a look at how this starts out.
Will the truth bring them closer together or end their relationship? Let's find out.
I'm Emily, I'm 24. I live in Kansas City, Missouri.
Who did you invite here today?
I invited Riley.
Would you like a shot?
Yes. I'd seen him like a couple of nights at a club and I was like, wow, he's like super cute, like very attractive. All right, Riley, cheers.
Say please.
Please.
What did you tell him about this video?
I told him that we were just doing Truth or Drink, Friends Edition. So he has no idea. Absolutely just terrified right now.
So maybe I'm the only one, but is it not kind of weird if you're not even dating somebody, you barely know them, and they want you to go across the country to LA with them for some YouTube series where you do Truth or Drink? The whole thing is kind of strange to me. And they've done previous episodes, so don't you think he would have looked this up and realized that she had a big secret to reveal or something? But I guess not. So we'll just see where it goes. But it is weird to me that they've traveled all across the country. They've gotten to know each other, and she still hasn't told him that she's transgender, that she's biologically male. That's kind of a big deal, especially because this is not just a friend. This is a romantic interest, which seems like that might be slightly relevant information that he might kind of frankly have a right to know, but I'm crazy, I guess.
Who's going first?
You go first.
All right, I'll go first.
Circumstantially, I'm very open and honest about it, but I just haven't had the chance to ever tell him,
What's your secret?
that I'm transgender.
Okay, you guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments, because to me, I wouldn't have instantly known she was trans. I wouldn't have clocked it instantly. The more I hear her talk and her voice, it might have started to dawn on me and I might have wondered a little bit, but there's nothing about her that I immediately noticed that immediately gave it away. So it is the kind of thing where you would need to tell people, because more or less, at least as far as I can tell, she does pass. So then it's a question of, when do you tell people? And I get that that'd be kind of awkward to just bring up in random conversations, but I think you would want to lay those cards on the table pretty early in a romantic relationship before anything goes anywhere, so people actually know what they're getting into and can understand and fully consent to the interaction or relationship. But as you will find out, that is not what happened here.
When you first met me, what did you find most attractive about me?
Okay, from a physical aspect, I think your tattoos. An intellectual aspect, you're an extremely smart person.
Thank you.
You know your shit.
Yeah, thank you. That means a lot.
Absolutely.
When I first saw her, instantly, I felt there was a connection there. I felt like she was gorgeous. I get her in a way, almost. It's I feel like it's just really natural, almost like a past life situation, if you believe in those.
Okay, so he's giving me extremely hippie crunchy vibes, so maybe he'll be fine with this. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's the direction this is going because he does give off that energy. Also, it is just kind of funny how he's like, oh, I connect with her, I get her, and he doesn't know this big thing. Yikes.
But I like how like bubbly you are and like how expressive you are with yourself. I think that that's really cool, and not a lot of men these days are very like outgoing.
Astrology tells me I'm a Leo.
And I like that about you too, because I geek out on astrology.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's good to know.
Unironically liking astrology or believing in it is a massive red flag. Like, if you want to believe in that, like in a joking way, or you just find it entertaining, sure, knock yourself out. But the idea that people actually take that shit seriously and think it has any meaning or significance, or that it's actually true or correct, will never not baffle me. But sounds like they're perfect for each other. They're both a little delulu.
Mm-hmm.
Being a trans woman, how does that come up when you're interested in someone?
If I'm interested in telling someone, I have to be like fully sure that I want to commit with them, or at least take like the next step.
Wait, what? This is like totally backwards. You don't get into the dating process and then once you're really sure you're serious about them, tell them, because then you've strung them along and misled them for weeks or maybe even months at that point. Like, that's something you should be upfront about to kind of sort out people for only people that are going to be okay with it and are still interested. Otherwise, you might like waste weeks or months with somebody, deceiving them in the process, which is not cool in my book, but also just waste time. Because if you spend 6 weeks getting to know someone and you find, oh, I actually am ready for the next step, and then you tell them, turns out they're not interested, like they're strictly heterosexual, they aren't no Kinsey scales are Kinsey scaling, like there's no flexibility there, then you've just wasted like multiple months of both of your time. Is that not just crazy? Also, from a safety perspective, unfortunately, as terrible as it is, sometimes if men feel tricked and they find out something like this, they lash out physically and they will hurt someone. And that's terrible. And obviously, I'm not saying it's your fault if that happens to you, but you can avoid that situation by being upfront and open and transparent and maybe putting it in your dating bio or telling people very early on. It's just, oh, I cannot relate to this. This approach seems really destined to fail in my book, but maybe I'm wrong and maybe it'll just work out swimmingly.
What are you hoping happens?
I hope that he's at least like receptive, and I don't think that he'll be mad.
I wonder if he is going to be mad. Would he actually be mad on camera, or will he like hide it because he knows he's being recorded? And that might shape how he actually processes this information in real time, and we might not get a real reaction. But frankly, I think he would have every right to feel mad, like because you've been misled by somebody. To me, it's not about being trans or not trans. It's about the lack of honesty, the lack of transparency. I'd be mad about that more than anything else. And I'd also be annoyed that you are kind of setting me up to be vulnerable on camera and expose information to me. And like, the whole thing is a bouquet of red flags.
What's a secret fantasy you've had about me but were too nervous to share?
Let's just pour this up. I feel like this is the right time. We haven't crossed that bridge yet, so
Right.
like let's cross that bridge at a later date.
We'll see.
Okay, wait. So this part makes me think they haven't done anything physical yet, which does reassure me a little bit, because that would be very messed up if they'd done physical things and she hadn't told him yet. That would not be consent. That would be tricking someone, essentially, and misleading them about something very important, like the biological sex of the person that they are engaging with. To me, that would be really bad, but it sounds like maybe they haven't crossed that line, so I guess that makes it less bad, although I still think you should just lead with this information. Maybe it's less bad if they haven't gone there yet, as they put it.
What is the biggest doubt you have about yourself?
So I have fat kid syndrome, and what that means is I used to be a fat kid.
Okay.
So mentally, I'm still a fat kid, and that's the story.
So you feel like insecure about your body?
Yeah, and I cover it in tattoos, and I go to the gym a lot. But deep down inside, it's just a little baby cat, and he's like, oh, I want to be a lion. And I'm like, yeah.
They think you're great.
So So far, I have extremely mixed feelings about this dude. Like, part of me thinks he seems sweet, he seems nice, like, he seems really cool. But then part of me is also like, he seems a little damaged, like a little not all good in the head. I don't know. Like, it's off. Like, if maybe you should have worked on some of this with a therapist rather than opening up about it on the internet. And like, it's not good if you're still haunted by this stuff. I don't know. Probably should have worked through that by now and well into your adulthood. But I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see where he goes. But to me, kind of a mixed introduction to this dude so far.
Is it clear that she likes you?
I think so. I think it's very transparent.
We've kissed in the past. Rank my kissing skills from 1 to 10. Tell me the truth, please. This is really important to me.
I would say a 9. Like, I think you know what you're doing. And it's like, I'm not going to just say 10 because, like, that's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay. Wait a second. So they've kissed or made out or whatever, and yet he doesn't know that she's a biological male. That's not okay? Like, that's not giving informed consent. That's giving deception, trickery, not like I don't know why that's okay. And it seems like they're just accepting that at face value and going to move on in this edit or whatever. But that's actually not okay to do, to deceive somebody like that. Like, am I the crazy one here?
Absolutely just terrified right now. Okay, this is your card, by the way.
It's red.
When the cards were coming up, I could feel myself kind of welling up, just like inside, very nervous.
Do you have a secret you want to tell me?
Yes, I do. I don't know how he's gonna receive it. It's just like, I don't know how he's gonna react.
Okay, I mean, maybe he would react better if you told him up front. What a crazy thought. I know.
So I'm very interested in you and I want to pursue you, but I feel like I have to like tell you more about myself. Gosh, I'm so nervous. I've never been so nervous.
Let's know. I need to know.
Yeah, so I am transgender.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if like you knew that or like.
Okay, so I'm definitely getting that he didn't know that with the really and the stunned facial expression. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know where this is going, so we'll see. But seems kind of messed up, like a betrayal to have not told him this and then drop this on him on camera. Like, I don't know, I'd be pretty pissed off and upset.
So, I am transgender.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if like you knew that. I feel like in order to like take that next step, I had to tell you, and it's kind of crazy that I took you online to tell you. Yeah.
I mean, it is crazy, like crazy in the fact that it's not a good look for you because he is now put in this situation where he has to receive this information that he's been deceived and in this way, and his reaction is going to be recorded and broadcast, and he'll have to worry about like, oh my God, is the internet going to call me a bigot or transphobic if I feel weird about the fact that I unknowingly made out with a biological male? You put him in that situation, and yeah, that is crazy, but not like in the, oh my God, crazy sense, in the like, oh wow, you crazy sense.
Like I'm definitely like.
I don't know. Whenever we met, I feel like I met you on like a personal level, which is like kind of rare, especially in Kansas City. That's definitely rare in Kansas City. But like, I don't think that that's gonna like take anything off of the table.
Okay, we got a bi king. Maybe the Kinsey scale is Kinseying after all. Okay, power to you, I guess. I hope he doesn't feel like he has to say that and actually means it. But I guess we'll never really know because, again, of how she chose to do this, which I still don't understand and am not okay with.
I don't care if you're trans. If you're like somebody who like aligns with me, then you align with me.
Absolutely.
And I think that maybe it's a little foreign to me,
Right.
but you still align with me. So I think that's like,
Yeah.
A little foreign to me might be a slight understatement there, my dude. It's quite different. Does she, though? Like, do you align with somebody who would mislead you? Who would, like, starting off a relationship on this foot with some sort of deception or not being honest and upfront? To me, that would be a red flag. I would view that as we're not in alignment because those things are important to me. But I guess they're not to him. Like, that's not a deal breaker. I don't know. Or maybe it is, but he just feels like he can't say that on camera, and he will say that later when they're not recording. I don't know. But that would be how I would respond to that information.
yeah.
I agree. Over the moon. I was really nervous to tell him, but I'm glad that he like received it well.
My biggest thing is that I'm a short king, but I'm still a king.
So you don't really care.
Yeah, I don't really care as long as you don't like have like a stigma for like short dudes. Because like in all honesty, when I went to the doctor, he said you're 5'8.5", not 5'9".
So wait, so like his secret is that he's 5'8.5", not 5'9", and hers is that she's a biological male. Little bit of a different kind of caliber of secret there. And maybe he's just trying to like deflect or diffuse the situation. But to me, it's not giving any sort of valid comparison between I'm short, which she would have seen right away. It's not a secret. It's immediately upfront. And I was born biologically male. Like, I don't see those things as remotely comparable or interchangeable. And so it's not a like, oh, well, you accept me and I accept you. It's like, well, hang on. That's total paradigm shifts here. And one of them was upfront and one of them wasn't. So not the same, at least not in my book.
I'm really happy that your comparison to me being trans is like you, like, I hope you don't like that I'm not short. I literally run a hot dog stand.
Wait, I'm confused about that statement. What is that supposed to mean? Does she literally run a hot dog stand? I feel like something's going over my head right now.
Did you feel tricked at all?
No. It explains a lot, though.
First off, did you feel tricked? No? Are you serious? How could you not? This person made out with you without telling you that they're biologically male, and you thought they were a female going into it. How could you not feel tricked? This guy must just be saying that to save face on camera because whether you feel it or not, I mean, you were tricked. And I would love to know what he means when he says that explains a lot. Like how? Give us more detail. I'm actually very curious. Were there little signs or something that didn't quite add up but now do? I imagine that's probably the case.
But, you know, we traveled like halfway across the country, and it's like, it makes sense, but like, you know, my feelings don't change.
I don't know. I think you have an amazing personality. So I'm excited to explore Seattle after the fact.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought it was really genuine, and I really like appreciate that he didn't reject me or make me feel like I was something I'm not.
I haven't had that experience. Let's have that experience. Let's see if that experience is like something that I'm into.
Right.
This whole experience, like, it's boosted my confidence. Just because, like, I hadn't had confirmation. I hadn't had, like, are we more than friends? Are we, you know, just in the complicated stage? What's going on?
Being lied to and then put in a vulnerable situation on camera boosted your confidence. That seems like a cope to me, to be honest.
I'm actually feeling good. I'm feeling really, really good. Relieving to like finally tell him because I know that now we can actually move forward.
Have fun tonight.
Thank you. We're gonna go to a nice restaurant. We're gonna talk some more and like get to know each other more. And hopefully, yeah, I'm glad that I shaved.
Oh, that's a little TMI, but okay. I guess he will find out if he's into it or not. So I found this video interesting just partly because of the drama of like there's this secret that we know is going to be revealed and it's just unfolding before our eyes, but also because it's one of the many situations, and this happens with internet stuff all the time, where I feel like I'm going crazy because from what I can see in the comment section, everyone is having a different, or almost everyone is just having a totally different take, a totally different read on the situation than I am. Because my instinct is, in a sense, I guess I'm happy for them. But the comment section's overwhelmingly like, oh, so cute. What a sweet love story. And I'm like, hold up, she lied to him. This is a betrayal and a humiliation and not cool and borderline on non-consensual activity that occurred here. I'm like, this is actually deeply problematic. But everyone's like, oh, so sweet, so cute. Like, am I the crazy one? I'll just read you guys some of these comments so you get an idea what I'm talking about. The tattooed guy is an absolute gem of a human being. What a catch. Pink-haired girl is also super cool. They will make a cute couple. Pink-haired lady is rocking the hell out of that hair color. That is totally your color, girl, and they are so attractive and cute together. Oh, my heart is so full for pink-haired lady and the blonde guy. I hope they have wonderful experiences together. This pink-haired girl and pink shirt guy are the cutest. I hope things work out for them. Honestly, the blonde guy has mad respect. He is not only not caring, but very comfortable with himself to be accepting and loving. Nearly 2,000 people liked that comment, but are you suggesting that somebody who wasn't okay with the fact that the romantic partner not only lied to them, or at least lied through omission, but also is biologically male, like that would be not accepting or not loving? Like, actually, no. Strict heterosexuality is allowed. Like, it is okay to be that. And you're not a bad person or not accepting or not loving because you're not into that. I guess I just don't get this "aww" reaction that so many of these people had to this. I mean, I'm more like seeing red flags here. I had to scroll down very far into the comment section to find a few people pointing out the same thoughts that I had. How does anyone expect a true relationship to take place when you hide a big part of yourself? That is really beyond me. Then people wonder why stuff doesn't work out. Yeah, I agree. When you're going into a relationship hiding huge parts of yourself, I'm just not sure how that can be a good foundation for something healthy or constructive. I even have a personal parallel to this because when I was in DC and I was working in conservative media, but I was openly gay and trying to date, I would have this problem where if people knew I was a journalist and that I was working at a right-wing magazine, they would not be interested in me immediately. If they knew my viewpoints, my opinions, where I worked, anything like that, a lot, not all, but a lot would immediately swipe left, would immediately not want to go out, anything. And so for a time, I tried to hide it, essentially, take it out of my bios, not talk about it on first dates, whatever. But I quickly realized that was, one, not fair to them. I wasn't being honest with them. And two, not fair to myself because I'm proud of who I am and I shouldn't be ashamed of any of the things that I've done. And three, it was a waste of time because if they were the kind of person that was going to have an issue with it, better off that we not waste each other's time and then just wait a few weeks down the road and then find out. And then we just wasted our time. I feel like it's a similar situation. Another comment writes, pretending to be a woman and kissing a man without telling him the truth is SA. I wouldn't go that far because it's a kiss. It's not anything more. And to be honest, it is kind of a murky line because there's lots of forms of romantic deception that happen, like, lying to girls about what you do or how much money you have or all sorts of things to get them to sleep with you that we don't consider SA. But it doesn't have to be SA for it to be immoral and questionable and problematic. Another comment says, blonde guy is being nice for the cameras. I know he gonna block her as soon as they leave, LMAO. I don't know, but I guess we'll never know. Yeah, I guess we'll never know the truth, but I don't know. I kind of think that if he was really, really not into it, he might have made it clear on camera and probably would have been shocked and maybe even left. I've seen that happen in some of the other videos from the cut. Another person says, uninformed consent is not consent. It's deceptive. How are people okay with that? I think the only reason I guess anyone could be okay with it was all they did was kiss, but still, I do agree. It's weird. It's gray area. It's line crossing for me. And I don't understand how people are having totally unnuanced positive takes and reactions to this in the comment section, overwhelmingly. But what do you guys think? I am very curious for all of y'all's take on this video and this situation. And I hope that you guys all have an amazing Christmas. And we'll talk again real soon in another show.